Hashtag you tried it. 50 Shades of Fucked Up, baby. Welcome to Adrina's Realm, y'all. Hi, Adrinas. Welcome to Adrina's Realm, Season 7, Adrinisode 2, entitled What About the Candidate Part 2. I want to start this Adrinisode off by saying that I'm sorry for not putting out Adrinisodes for the past 2 weeks. I haven't been feeling like myself, and these bills have been just whooping my motherfucking ass. But a bitch got the fucking slaying axe, and I done slayed they motherfucking ass for about a month, for another month. So those bitches will rise and resurrect again to come back to get my motherfucking ass to take me under, but it's not gonna happen. So this Adrinisode is basically the continuation of what I put out back in February of 2017. And I just want to say that I have been, as far as interviews, zero, zilch, nothing. And the last interviews I went on was last month. I'm sorry, 2 months ago, October the 26th and the 25th. And it's just like, what the fuck? I'm not angry, I'm not bitter, I'm not upset, but it's more so confused now because when you put your gas and your sleep on hold, or more so, you sacrifice sleep and gas to go here to be told, no, you're not it. It's almost like, fuck you. We took great pleasure in depriving you of sleep and wasting your gas. That's just personally how I feel that we be getting played. And I mean, let's just call it what it is. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been working since I was 14 years old. Mind you, I was, given permission to work, so I don't think it's child labor. It's not. But I've been working since then, and it's just like, what the fuck? Now, when I turned 18, that's when I got a real taste of what job hunting was like, the rejection and things like that. But I think it's more to it than just, getting up, going to an interview, getting rejected. Excuse me, it's more to it than that. Me personally, that's what I think anyway. It's more so you have this resolve that no matter how many times you get turned away, bitch, I got this, I'm gonna get this job. I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus. You have this, it's thought out in your mind. And then it's like, no, you're not it. And one of the actresses, Renee Lawless, she plays Catherine Cryer on The Have and the Have Nots. I love this quote that she uses, this mantra. She says that when you get rejected, whether it be in the entertainment industry or in corporate America, when they tell you no, it doesn't mean no. It's just not right now, not today. And I believe in that quote, but at the same time, it's like you're still kind of fighting against the grain. You're still trying to get out from under this pressure that's trying to weigh you down. And it's like you're not moving. It's like, what the fuck? And I try to bless everybody that I come across, people I work with, people that I don't know, tell them, hey, my job is hiring or this job is hiring, and I work in the security industry. So anytime if there is an opening, I'm always asking, are y'all hiring, or what's the website I go to? And then if they ask me, is your job hiring? I tell them the name of the company. I give them the hospital phone number and the 4-digit extension to call. I try to help people any way I can. And even through all of that, it's still no. When I go to interview, no, no, no. Now, the reason why I say, what about the candidate, is because I feel like we put more into it than the employer does. And can't nobody convince me otherwise, because when they go through these multiple applications and they know who had the experience and who doesn't, those people who have the experience that they're looking for, they bring them in. They interview them, and it's either yay or nay. And my mom always tell me that's the worst that can happen. It's yay or nay. But with the corporate America, especially with interviewing, it used to be about skill. You know, how you looked did not matter. But now it does, I think, in a way. I think that carries a great deal. I think it's 98% look and 2% skill. And I think that's pathetic because just because someone looks unappealing to you as an employer, they could be dressed to the nines, great resume, you know, great personality, all of that can be there, but because they don't look in the face how you want them to look, it's, oh bitch, we can't hire you. Well, guess what, bitch, I'm gonna take my motherfucking ass and sashay about this office, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sashay my black ass out this office, because to me, they feel like, on the employer side, they feel like it's more to it than just putting an application in. You need to call, let us know that you are interested. Bitch, I put an application in. That should be interest enough. I shouldn't have to chase you for you to know that I'm interested. Because if I took the time out of my motherfucking schedule, whether I'm at home or at work, to apply for this motherfucking job, you should say, okay, they put an application, we see the resume, we see the cover letter, you know, let's call him or her up for an interview. It's just, to me, it's like a game of cat and mouse. It's so ridiculous, it's annoying, because there should be no reason why I'm chasing an employer, you know, because if you were really interested in that candidate, you would do everything in your power to get them on board, get them drug tested, get them trained, and get them to work. That is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to bring them in, bullshit them, give them sweet words, and then send them on their merry little way and think they're not gonna read into that bullshit. Bitch, I decipher very well. And it's just like, I'm not stupid. I've been doing this for far too long not to know what to expect. I've been doing this since I was 18 years old. I'm 25 now. 7 years, bitch. It's to the point now where it's like, okay, I don't get excited. I just go in, put on a fake smile, tell them what they want to hear. It's the truth, but they want to hear something different. Well, bitch, what about you? What is about your company that makes me want to apply? I mean, I saw the responsibilities and the duties. I saw the requirements and credentials and accreditation that you wanted me to have. And most of that stuff I have. You want me to have all this, but you don't want to tell me what the fuck I should look for if I get hired by you, what I should expect from you. It's never that. It's always what the employer expects from the candidate, and that's bullshit. It should be a two-way street. And it shouldn't be, well, okay, I want this, and then when we ask for something, it's like, oh, but you don't have the right to be asking questions. Look, guess what? I'm gonna walk my ass up out of here. And you can find that person that's submissive enough to, you know, bend to that kind of power, to that weight, that rule. I'm not the one for that shit. Because when they start talking about this is what we do, and this is the hours that you would work, it seems very potential. It seems like a good fit, but then it's like, okay, you know what? No, because see, they start bullshitting around with certain things, especially when it comes to pay, and the bitch is not trying to be sitting here wondering what the fuck. You know, when I come in on time, I ask my questions, get the history of the company. That I'm asking questions that alludes to the fact, not even allude, it's straightforward, and it tells you Kevin is interested in working for us. Because I ask all kinds of questions that's professional, but yet it's personal, you know, because I want to get that connection with the interviewer while I'm there. Because they say first impressions are everything, and they are, but I think that just because somebody has a hair combed back, you know, a woman got her hair combed back in a bun, and her face is not up to par, it's not nasty, it's clean, you know, washed and everything, but it's not a sexy face. It's like, okay, well, she got these credentials and all that shit, but she don't look pretty, so we can't hire her. Bitch, I'm not going door to door selling anything, and even if I was, why the fuck would somebody, why would the thing they remember is their face? I mean, facial expressions are very important. But if they saying, "Hi, good afternoon, how are you? I'm coming to speak to you about so and so, so and so, so and so," it's kindness offended. Then you have some people who work in certain industries that are horrible, but everything revolves around customer service, security, clinical, marketing, machinery. Everything is customer service. Although customer service has its own personal realm, with things like customer service representative, call center representative, security. It's different aspects, that make customer service its own little entity, but it still interconnects with all the other industries. And some people, they just don't have the skills to handle it. Some people need to be sitting in a cubicle by themselves at a computer doing data entry work. It's you away from people. That's what some people need. They're just not fit to, or they don't feel comfortable working around people or in front of people. I love doing it because I love making people laugh. I'm blessed with a job. I'm 6 feet above ground. I'm in good health. I have a job. I'm able to make my ends meet. That's all that matters to me. But when I'm going out here, getting up and going to these job interviews, and I have to be at work at 2 o'clock, it's like, bitch, I'm fucking sacrificing my sleep time for your funky ass, and you are lacing your lies with bullshit and pushing a plate in my face like I'm gonna eat that brown shit. Bitch, that's not gonna happen. So when they start bullshitting around, like not telling you to pay or telling you this to interview other people, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go. And another thing I wanna say is that when I'm on Indeed looking at jobs, I can't stand those jobs where they paying you $9, $10 an hour and they be like, please no phone calls, please no walk-ins, please no emails. Like, who the fuck is beating down the fucking door of an employer to get paid $8 fucking dollars? Not I. So those kind of jobs I stay away from because I feel like there's some kind of arrogance going on. Like, people are just dying to work for this company. Bitch, I'm not. Because my black ass, I'm still scrolling down the page. So don't make it seem like everybody just beating down y'all door trying to get in. Because they not. I mean, yes, the economy is hard, the job market is tough, and people are going to take it where they can, but at the same time, bitch, no, I'm not finna work for somebody who feels that it's crushing if I don't work here because you said no phone calls, no walk-ins, no emails. It's, what the fuck? So, I just feel like it's a lot more on the candidate side that's put into it than there is the employer, because all the employer does is go through applications, call them up, bring the candidate in, interview them, they leave. Okay? All y'all do is go through multiple applications. And if you like what you see, you don't call me directly. You have a recruiter call me and pray to God that if they like what they hear, the candidate tries to get in contact with the recruiter, but they don't return the call. My black ass, I was in that situation 2 months ago. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, 3 months ago, because we're in December now. So it's like, you want a candidate and you always say that communication is key. Well, guess what? If I get in contact with your recruiter and I don't get a phone call, an answer, I'm going to leave a voicemail. That's the most logical thing to do. And then I would expect a phone call to be returned within a few days. And, I was playing cat and mouse and I realized, no, bitch, you applied, the recruiter called you, you thought you was going to get an interview, then you called the recruiter back twice, they didn't return your call any time, so fuck it. You go beyond him, you call the talent acquisition department, and then they got the nerve to tell me that the position was filled. Why the fuck were you playing with my emotions? Now, I was upset, but I wasn't cussing and fussing and all of that, because it wasn't like I went down there and they told me some bullshit and then I walk away and I'm pissed off and I don't get chosen. It wasn't there. But the fact that you knew you filled this position and you wait until I call to inquire about my application, it's like, what the fuck? Y'all could have sent me an email saying, hey, we filled this position, we thank you for your interest. They didn't send me shit. So it's little things like that that I catch on to, and it's like, I don't want to work for them. Because if they leave you for months on end without a response, that ain't somebody I want to work for. But I do feel like the candidate puts a lot into this shit, and it goes ignored, I think. I really do think that candidates are ignored, and I feel like their voice isn't heard because they feel, the employer feels, I'm sorry, that we are the ones that's interviewing you. You shouldn't have any questions about what we have going on. Well, bitch, you brought my ass in here, so I'm gonna ask me some motherfucking questions, whether you want to hear it or not. It's pertinent to the job and specifically to the position I'm applying for. So yes, I'm gonna ask questions. And it's just ridiculous because I'll drive 30 miles to get to that motherfucker to find out, oh, you didn't get it. What? Bitch, and I could have stayed in my motherfucking bed and got my fucking beauty rest and got up and slayed and went to work, bitch. Girl, bye. So, it's things like that. And they always tell us that, you should never burn your bridges and that you should be careful and things like that. Well, how about this? When you put in your 2-week notice, it's like, okay, depending on what kind of boss you have, they'll let you work the 2 weeks or you will be axed. They want to give you an opportunity to finish out your 2 weeks because they're mad that you're leaving. Now, they always say with interviews, I saw this video and the woman was like, if you get rejected, send them a thank you letter. Why would I send them a thank you letter for rejecting me? Because I feel like if I interview with a place more than once, it's something about me that y'all see, but y'all bringing me in and y'all turning me away. That's annoying as fuck. But anyway, that's all this Adrinisode was about, was how I feel that candidates put more into the process of applications and interviews than an employer does. And I can't be convinced otherwise. And that it just gets worse. I don't think it gets no better with these companies, Whether it's your season, when God blesses you or not, it's always some nonsense to come along with that crap. But that's enough about this Adrinisode. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. This is all new, honey. It's a camouflage outfit. I just got it today. I just got this hair today. I feel cute. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below, and I will try my best to start doing my Adrinisodes every week like I used to when I started. I'll see you guys later. Kisses.